My husband and I were married kind of young, 22 and 23. And when I was 25, we got pregnant, just like every young couple dreams of doing. When I was about 6 months along, the doctor started noticing that there were some problems with the pregnancy. So we found out when I was about 6 months that we carried a very rare gene that made very sick babies. And so our first daughter, I had to stay pregnant knowing that she was going to pass away for about a month and a half. And then she ended up living for 3 days, which was kind of a blessing and a curse to us because the longer time we had with her, the harder it was to let her go when she passed. Then we soon after that, they didn't discourage us from having children because it was only a 25% chance of an unhealthy baby. We had a 75% chance of having a completely normal, healthy baby. So we tried again. I had a miscarriage. The third time we got pregnant with another girl. She had the same condition. She also passed away. So fast forward a little bit, the year that our second daughter passed away, we ended up adopting twins that were born on Christmas Day. So that was a miracle in itself, just to have them. Whenever we were never on anyone's adoption list, it was kind of through word of mouth, totally unexpected. And then 5 years later, we got pregnant with a son who again had the same rare genetic condition. He also passed away. And then a few months later, we adopted our son that we have now, who was then diagnosed with autism. So that started us on a whole nother journey because he had severe sensory issues, feeding problems, screaming tantrums. He had severe separation anxiety from me. I mean, that was just, I'd say a lot of the times that I have PTSD from him screaming. It was constant. It was a lot. And I never really processed really the grief from losing our biological children. So all of this started to compound. And you did mention childhood trauma too. I had a father who did his best, but I came into our marriage with a lot of insecurities and not very many coping strategies due to trauma that I had in my childhood. So fast forward a little later, I decided that I needed to have more education to be able to further understand my son so that we could raise him. And I couldn't find that help. And so at the age of 39, I went back to school to be an occupational therapist and gained my master's degree. And I now work, I'm now a pediatric occupational therapist, and I work with children like him every day. But right before I was supposed to start that education journey, I was diagnosed with cancer. So I had a tumor growing from the inside of my femur bone, which resulted into very painful surgeries and excruciating recovery. And it set back my education journey a little bit. So all along the way, there was marriage turmoil as well. I don't know if you want to get into that, but it's just been, yeah, my husband ended up cheating on me just because I was drowning in fear, anxiety, depression. We stopped communicating.